Question is, should you buy this bike? I'm going to try and give you the answer. Yeah, so should you buy an Orbea Gain? Now, 9 months ago, I bought one. I bought a D50, which is behind me here. And I did a review after a week, and the answer would have been yes, yes, yes on that review. Buy this bike. But after 9 months, it's not as easy just to say that now. And what I've done is I've split it into 3 categories of different cyclists to give you a bit of an in-depth review of the bike. And obviously this hopefully will tell you if the bike's what you are looking for. So here goes. So category 1. Are you a person who's just starting on your cycling journey and is just looking for a bike what's maybe in the e-bike market? You've not cycled for 20 years or more, or not for a long time, and you want an e-bike, maybe just for commuting to work. Maybe you want to just use it at the weekend, just going out for a ride, 10-mile ride or something, every once in a blue moon, or you just want to use it for that sort of reason. Well, obviously this bike, the D50, is probably ideal for that. It's got the biggest thing what it's got going for it is the e-bike motion X35 motor, which I'll just try and show you here. Sorry, the bike's a bit dirty, I've just come back from a ride. So yeah, the e-bike motion X35, it comes in mostly all the road bikes, e-bikes have got this system. And even if you go up the ladder to buy a more expensive bike, this system will probably be in it anyways. So it's an easy enough system to work. Like, it's just a 3-button rule. Obviously that's on level 1, green, orange is level 2, and red is level 3. White is nothing, no assist, and then back onto level 1. So it's an easy enough system, and obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't even look like it's an e-bike. It just looks like a normal bike by the little motor what's on the back wheel. So if you're in category 1 and that's what you are in, and that's all you need it for, then obviously this bike is perfect for that category 1. So category 2 is basically the same as category 1, bar you want that bike for the extra. You may want to do a 50-mile ride or a 20-mile ride every week, and you're not going up crazy hills like the Rhinos Pass like I did a few weeks ago, but you're going on like maybe 20-mile rides, and you want to go out with your friends. They may be better cyclists than you, and you just want the e-bike just to keep up with them until you get that extra fitness of riding it. Now, if you are in that category, as well as that, obviously between category 1 and category 2, then obviously this bike again is in the ideal market. At the price point, obviously it's $2,300 for the 2022 version. So as e-bikes go, it's more expensive than like the budget sort of e-bikes, but this e-bike is probably the next class of e-bike, but at a reasonable price if you've only got that sort of budget. And obviously category 2, so if you want to go out for more rides through the week, you want to go maybe 3 or 4 rides a week, but only 20 miles, and you're not going anything major climbs or like the Rhinos Pass climb I did, then this is still ideal bike. Let's get on to the next category. Yeah guys, so category 3, and this is where I find myself now, and I never thought I would say this. I thought 9 months ago I want to be in category 3, but for me category 3 is where you want to become a normal cyclist without the assist. You want to go on 100-mile rides maybe 3 times a week. You want to go up the big climbs, you want to go the hard knots passes, you want to go up the high nose passes, you want to eventually do the Fred Whittons of this world. And that is what I've become. I've become addicted to cycling, and basically that's what I'd say category 3 is. Now, is this bike good enough for that sort of riding in that category? Unfortunately, I'd say no, and that's mainly because of the group set on this bike. It is, I'll show you here, the Claris group set. You only get 8 gears. Like I say, I apologise, I'm cleaning it after this video because I've just been out on a ride. You only get the 8 gears, and it's probably the cheapest at the Shimano range. And for me, the problems I'm finding when I'm going on the big climbs is the last 2 cogs. Once you've done a few climbs and the rides, the chain doesn't want to stay on them. It just keeps on jumping off. Now, over 9 months I've done a few courses and I've obviously got better at maintaining bikes, so I know quite well how to maintain them. I've even took it in the shop and asked them advice, and basically what it comes down to is it's just a cheap, well, not a cheap, but it's probably one of the cheapest ones in the range of the Shimano. So unfortunately, for what you want to do, if you want to do extreme climbing and long 100-mile rides and stuff, this group set's probably just not good enough for what I want to do. I'm basically gonna look at getting a new bike already, saving up, and I want at least a 105 group set on it. Now I've looked through and I've asked advice and I've reviewed, and the 105 is probably in my price range, but probably the best one for me. You get the 11 gears on it, and it's just one down from probably the Ultegra and the Dura-Ace, but obviously that's totally out of my price range then. But the 105 is probably the best solution for me. Now, like I said, this is £2,300. Probably you're looking for another £1,000 extra if you want the 105 group set. You can pay the extra £300, I think it is, to get the D40, and that would give you the Tigris group set, which you get an extra gear. I think it's a 9 gear. But depending what category, and if you are in that 1 and 2 category, like I said, this bike is perfect. And if you can only afford that money, then get this. It is brilliant. Like I said, you get the carbon fork, it's alloy, it's only 13.5 kilograms in weight, so it's very light, and I highly recommend it if you're in them categories. If you are pushing to want to be in category 3 like me, then maybe try and save up a little bit more and try and get the group set at least with a 105. Also, I'm going to try and get a bike with a full carbon frame, just to give me them extra couple of kilograms of less weight, because obviously I want to go hard knots pass and constantly go over high nose pass. So I'm looking for a carbon frame plus hydraulic brakes. Now these brakes on here are mechanical, and that's why I said if you want to pay the extra £300, maybe go for the D40, because getting the hydraulic brakes might just help you on any of the climbs. Now, when I was on the High Nose Pass climb, which you can have a look, which I did a few weeks back in that video, I went really slow coming back down from it because it was a bit wet and I was a bit unsure on the brakes, because once you've done quite a few large climbs, when you're coming down, the brakes go a little bit spongy, and I'm a bit unsure of them. But so I would like to get a better brake system and maybe go for the hydraulic system. Other than that, like I said, if you are in category 1 and 2, this is totally fine. The brake system is totally fine. I'm talking about extreme long miles, 100-mile rides, 55-mile rides, and going over 3,000 feet of climbing. So obviously that's why I split the different categories, because obviously I still think the bike is an amazing bike, but it depends what category you want to be in. So like I said, if you've got any questions on the bike, anything, please like and subscribe, and please comment on the video if you've got any questions. Like I said, I've had it 9 months now and it's a super bike. Like I said, I apologise again for the dirt, but I've just come back from a ride, and as you can maybe see outside, it's been raining off where I live. So yeah, and obviously I put different tyres on what you get with the bike, but obviously if you look back on me videos, obviously I've done a video on why I've changed the tyres, so you can look back and have a look at that if you want. It's just better for me where I live having these tyres. But like I said, hopefully that hasn't confused anybody. I just wanted to try and split it up and work out what was the best for people who are in different categories. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm going to do a little bit of a montage now of the rides I've done for the last 9 months after this, so please enjoy that and stay tuned for it, because obviously it's quite a few rides up the Lake District, and you can see what the bike can do. Thanks again, and thanks for watching. Done that a few times. Scarfell Pike. That. That's what you get. That view.